Sit back and enjoy your snacks while we keep it real, yeah!
What's going on, y'all? It's your man Trey.
And it's your girl Tasha.
Man, to the real when we keep it real. Hey, we back for another real advice.
Yes, we are.
My husband switched up on me.
Let me jump into this, y'all, because this might be a long read. Before she started, she was like, I've enjoyed watching your reactions these past few months. Your straightforward approach to life is something that resonates deeply within me. I never thought I'd be asking for advice from strangers, but for this issue, I don't think I can share with people in my circle because I already know their answer.
Well, damn.
So, this person says they're 26, married for 18 months now, and until recently, my husband and I lived in the UK. We met at uni and we've been together for 6 years. Now to the issue. We are both Nigerian, and I thought we were both atypical, non-traditional Nigerian millennials. I get that.
Whoa, fuck.
That just means they're Nigerian, but they don't like their culture. Like they're more like Americanized, I guess you would say, versus just because I used to work with people like that. They just kind of like they still have their names and then they like American names, but then they don't just do all that culture stuff. It's just
I don't like my partner. Okay.
They non-traditional, yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't take my husband's last name, and this is something we discussed prior to marriage. There were no issues until we moved back to Nigeria 8 months ago. Now he wants me to change my last name to his, and I get digs from some of his family members. Like his aunt once said something like, all these young girls with their feminist nonsense. This is not Yinbo land, meaning the West. This is because I still bear my last name and refuse to give her a key to my home. But that's another story.
Fuck out of here.
Hold on, let me finish.
Let me
finish.
cut it. You ain't gotta give her a goddamn thing.
They
you
back
said
home
it.
though.
You ain't gotta give her a goddamn thing.
Okay, but let me finish though. She probably gonna give us some more details. Cause you
I'm
ready
saying,
to snap. You finna fly to Nigeria and then go off on the 18th?
I got your back. We'll call it forever. Fuck out of here.
Okay.
Fuck out of here.
This issue is that while I understand that family pressure is a thing, it seems since we moved back, my husband has tried to become the typical Nigerian man. Our society is very patriarch oriented, and a sexist one. I've even tried to compromise by suggesting that I hyphenate both last names, and he told me if I was going to do something to do it well and right. I was shocked. Now, last week we had a fight because of this, and he's no longer speaking to me or eating my food. Ooh. Fresh food that I make after working the same hours he did.
Hold on.
And you gonna keep stopping?
Oh, hell yeah. That motherfucker tripping. Fresh food?
I
just be mad as a motherfucker. I bet y'all eat this bitch.
He ain't lying. He gonna eat.
You got me fucked up. I'm gonna eat.
Well, depending on what it is, he'll eat it. I'll fuck around and be mad and cook some shit he don't eat and then be like,
it gotta be some seafood.
Or some, just some stuff you don't eat. I mean, you don't eat everything.
Like what?
You know what? I'm not doing this with you.
Like what?
I'm not. Let me get back to where I was. Okay. Fresh food. Where was the food? Okay. Fresh food that I make after working the same hours he did and spending countless hours in Lagos traffic. I'm angry and hurt that he will hold this against me, especially since he knows why I cherish my father's last name.
Hold on, Lagos. Where have I heard that? Captain America: Civil War.
Yeah, when they were.
Okay,
yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm like, I know that city.
Let me know when you done.
I'm sorry.
MCU. Let me know. I don't know what to do or how to get through to him. And today, when I saw him sleeping on the couch, I had a sudden urge to dump a bowl of ice cold water on his face. So I'm asking you, as a couple with years of experience, what do you think I can do to settle this issue? Thank you. Now, as a married person, I'm gonna try to give you the best advice I can because this situation is like cultural based. Yeah. It's culture based, and the thing is, y'all are of the same culture. But I get that when you were somewhere else, y'all live this way, and then people do switch up on you when they go back home around other people. So, I mean, it's so hard because like that's the thing about this day and age because people get married and then like as soon as something tough come up to where y'all may not be able to talk about it or whatever, like people just be like, oh, I'm getting a divorce or whatever, and that shouldn't be the thing because it is supposed to be for better or worse. Now I don't know how marriage works in Nigeria. I do know like what you were saying about the guys and the patriarchy oriented and the sexism or whatever. Like I do know some of that just from having friends that were from Nigeria. I don't know at this point, like if y'all could just sit down and like mediate like a conversation to where like maybe if it gets too heated, y'all need to table it and come back to it later. But I feel like I know being a man and being wrong and all that ego shit, men don't like to hear that. I don't give a fuck who they are. Cause if it's the conversation that y'all previously had before y'all went back home, there should even be no, you know what I'm saying? There should be no anger. I don't care if it's his family there, like talking shit about him or whatever. Like you're his wife, you're the lady he chose to be with. So at the end of the day, like I'm religious, and the Bible say your wife come first, like before the rest of that stuff. Once you get married, so once he married you, that came before. You know, like I hate to say it, it really came before his family because y'all are supposed to be one. So if it's something that y'all talked about, and he said he was okay with you keeping your dad's last name because of what it meant to you, there shouldn't be an issue now that y'all are back home or whatever. And then like we gonna talk because I ain't finna be no the rest of our lives like you not gonna eat my food that I'm cooking after I don't work like you worked, and then you just gonna sleep on the couch forever when y'all be avoiding each other. Like y'all can't do that forever. Like I mean, it gotta be some kind of conversation that's had. And then like his folks disrespectful anyway because ain't nobody finna make no comment to me on his side of the family like, oh, you know, you being this way and then there's all these other girls out here. No, that's not what the fuck we finna do, first of all. Like, I get that you probably being respectful because that's his family, but some people need to be put in their place too because at the end of the day, you his wife. All that auntie shit and cousin shit, that don't matter. Like, where was they when y'all was in the UK though? Like, was they helping pay bills or some shit then? If they weren't, y'all ain't got shit to say now. And then she mad because you don't want to give her a key to your house. It's your house. Unless you pay rent here, motherfucker. Ain't nobody getting no keys. That is what it is. Like, they can be mad because they trying to say you acting westernized or whatever they want to call it. You know, you acting whatever. But, I mean, it is what it is. If y'all weren't traditional Nigerians before y'all left, I don't understand, like, when y'all got back, what's the issue? Nothing should have been, like, nothing should have changed. Now, I don't know if before y'all went to the UK, you know, y'all were traditional and that switched up when y'all left or whatever, because you didn't clarify on that part. But if it's something that's been going on, it should be no issue. You're going to have to put your foot down, though, and talk to old boy because that's wrong. And especially if that's the only thing just because of your last name. Like, he could take that hyphenated or nothing at all because, I mean, you compromising by doing that.
Don't give him shit hyphenated. He knew what it was. He agreed to it. Make him be a man of his fucking word. He agreed to it before his punk ass family got into it. Sorry, disrespect your husband. But I'm just calling it like I fucking succeed.
Oh my goodness.
That was bullshit and that was bitch made. He gave you what you asked for because he wanted to make you happy. Right? That's what he did, right?
Now he getting made fun of.
Now he, you know what I'm saying, being made fun of. Tell him he better grab his nuts and tell his family to sit the fuck down. Otherwise, it's gonna be a problem.
Right. I don't get the issue though. I'm sorry. Go ahead then.
See, he gave you what you wanted because he wanted to make you happy. Now you need to sit him down and tell him, I'm not happy. And if I'm not happy, you not happy. And if we not happy, them motherfuckers not gonna be happy. Ain't no key being given. Now we can pack up and go back to the UK, but this shit gonna stop if we gonna live in Lagos.
That was my question.
Like it's not home? Exactly.
Like because you make it like you say y'all both work and then it's your house. So I'm just like, was it a family thing? Like, did he miss being away from his family and that's why y'all went back? Because it don't seem like it was a money issue. I mean, maybe it was in UK. Maybe, you know, like work wasn't like what y'all wanted it to be there or something. I don't know. But, man, it's so many places in the world y'all could go versus going back home. If you going back home is causing an issue for your marriage, y'all better go somewhere else. Save up, work another 6 months and save up and go somewhere else.
Don't be having no fucking kids and you already having this problem. Because kids only add 2. Because kids cost money. That's another issue.
But y'all should definitely talk.
And see, and before you have kids, now you have to ask the question, whose last name do you want the kids to have? You see what I'm saying? That's another issue.
But my thing is, she seemed like she being a good wife though, because even with all this going on, you still come home from work cooking.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Because American women would have been like, you can find food for your damn self.
You know what you should?
I'm just being for real.
You should have slapped that plate in his lap and had your knife right here. Nah, I'm just playing. But it's like, you gonna eat this goddamn food, bitch.
I cannot. I'm not finna play with you.
Man,
you seem like a good, respectable wife though, because
let my mama had to cook for my daddy. He didn't eat. Oh my God, it would have been some smoke in that house. It would have been, man.
So you working all them hours.
You working 8 to 12 hours at least. Because that's a full-time job. 8 to 12 hours a day, right? Then you come home and cook. This motherfucker didn't eat. Oh shit, you got me fucked up. Even let me come in this bitch. I worked 8 hours. She worked 8 hours. I cook for her. She don't eat. Oh my God. Listen, I'm finna go because this motherfucker made me upset.
You ain't finna go because I ain't done talking.
Well, you can talk.
You better switch the game up on this motherfucker. Like you out here cooking meals and shit.
Got me hot.
Stop doing what you're doing for him, and then maybe he'll see a difference.
I bet you cook some, you know what I'm saying, some good ass, some curry, some shit.
Come home from working that traffic and bring your own food to the house and worry about yourself. I know that's fucked up to say. I know that's fucked up to say because you married, but at the end of the day, ain't no point in you stressing yourself out when it ain't even like it's some shit he shouldn't even be mad over. And like that phrase is true. Happy wife, happy life. If your wife not happy, like the husband, like she not finna make shit easy on you. So ain't nobody gonna be happy around this bitch. His parents, I ain't gonna say his parents. His folks are disrespectful first of all because I ain't nobody finna have no key. Ain't none of my folks or his folks got no key to our house. Like I'm just saying, like I don't know where they thought that was cool at, but like I said, I know it's a cultural difference. So I can't tell you how Nigerian families are versus like, us over here. But if moving home is causing a problem for your marriage, you need to sit down and tell him, look, either we gonna sit down and talk and fix this or your girl about to be out. Like we gonna have to move. I'm gonna have to move back somewhere else or whatever because like that's stupid for to be mad about a last name and you trying to go the extra miles and say you're hyphenated though. Like you want your dad's last name, but you gonna hyphenate and put his too. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing wrong with it. Because you going the extra mile when you ain't have to because the conversation was already had.
Yeah, my mom hyphenated. I thought she was gonna hyphenate.
My name long enough. My name long enough. So
I didn't give a fuck.
I ain't wanna. That's too much shit to write down.
Honestly, the whole name shit didn't even bother me. I don't give a fuck, honestly.
It didn't matter because the kids got his name anyway, so it probably didn't matter what my name was. But, I see where you coming from with this though. Because for him to switch up on you just because he back home, and it's kind of fucked up because it make you think, like, if we move and have to come back, like, this the same shit we're going to have to deal with. Your husband shouldn't switch up on you because you're around different people, and that's just me being honest. Most people not going to go talk to no therapist and shit. That's why I was like, you probably need to sit down and y'all need to like either get a timer and set it so where like you can talk for this amount of time about how you feel and he can go so that it's fair on both sides. And if the shit just get too heated, y'all might have to table it and come back. But a conversation definitely needs to be had.
Look, do that. Have that conversation. Stay up. Stay real.
I
if
hope
he don't eat no
out.
more food, cook one more meal. If he don't eat that motherfucker next time, give his ass a big bag of Nigerian Doritos, and I bet his ass.
What the fuck is Nigerian Doritos?
I don't know.
Oh, I was like, is that a thing? I'm looking at you like, what's that?
I don't know.
I was like, that shit finna fuck him up.
I'm just saying, give his ass. Don't cook again.
Come home. I don't know how y'all fast food situation over there. Girl, you better come home with a bag of food for yourself. But you say you cooking fresh food. Y'all probably like to eat like that though. Y'all ain't like us with these burgers and shit over here. So
stay up, stay real, take care of yourself. It's your man Trey.
And it's your girl Tasha.
Man to the real. Stay real. You're a real one.
You already watch, so you might as well subscribe, please.